So I've had a whole night to sleep on it, a whole day to sleep on it, and I still can't make my mind up how much of a botched job this Stars and Stripes grifter is. Let's get into it, show you what I think's wrong with it. There's an awful lot wrong with it, mixed match of bits, but ultimately I'm keeping a few bits for myself for something else. Rest of it getting sold, including a lovely back wheel, forks, handlebars, foam, frame, pedals, crank. Let's get on with it. So as I mentioned in the intro, Stars and Stripes grifter Mark II. I'll be using that GT85 lubricant degreaser sort of spray that loosens up the nuts and bolts. Right, let's get some of the bits off this. Front mudguard, both front and rear flaps are slightly damaged. That is still a desirable piece, worth about 20 quid in its current state. Take the front brake caliper out and there'll be a little retaining nut and bolt, which we'll put back on the caliper once out the forks. I'm using an old vintage spanner here. That's quite cool. All the little nuts and bolts on these rallies are size compatible with that spanner, so that's all good. Front mudguard, I think, is the only thing on this bike that comes off fairly easily. Obviously, pop the wheel out. Those who aren't familiar, I'm guessing most of you are, just take the front wheel out, let some air out the tyres so it can pop down past the brake shoes or blocks. You'll see on the front wheel in a minute, you got two fixing bolts. One's an R-nut and one isn't. So that front wheel has been off and back on again. So, botched job. So the Stars and Stripes grifter would have had little stars and stripes on the front mudguard, so we know the front mudguard isn't correct. The bike has had paint, so the bit there near the R, that's orange. You'll see that in a tick. The rest of the frame, I think, has been painted. So someone has approached it and they've got at it and tried to do it up. Later on, you'll see when I take the forks out, I can't remember if it's in the sequence or not, but the bearings have been changed and not re-greased. The handlebars weren't sitting straight when I picked it up either, so someone had a go at it. The seat isn't attached properly to the seat post. The seat post, I think, is stuck. So someone's tried to move the seat post with a seat attached, because on these grifters, the seat is attached to a post, unlike the choppers where there's a little bracket that can come out. So someone's tried to get that off and basically broken the seat. Front wheel there is a bit stiff, so yeah, it is what it is. I wasn't going to pay full price for it. He wanted for this bike 200 quid. Bit pricey, but I managed to get it less than 200, and he threw in a set of mini burner wheels, so a 16-inch mag wheels. He threw them in as well, and a box of brakes and levers and cables, which I'll move on and try and pair some up with some other bits in a box of random stuff I've got. Try and make a few quid out of them. But this grifter is a bit of a botched job. Yeah, front wheel is a bit ropey. That's going to come off in a tick. Yeah, thanks for all the positive comments regarding the channel. Quite a lot of you, it's a very small community of viewers, and and you get regular commenters and everyone likes it, to be fair. Anyway, front wheels popped out, and in turn it's managed to knock the bike off the bike stand. We'll cut there and we'll crack on with it in a tick. Right, so front wheel off. That is actually in really clean condition. Bit of auto sole on that, and that looked lovely. Original Rally Super Grip tyres. They are just there, super grip. So nice front tyre on that. Mud guard you would have seen. Rough, needs good clean, but like I said, not original Stars and Stripes. Front iron up, only one, and another little bolt there. Clean enough, but not right. There you are, and that's the front caliper. Again, clean, needs a polish. Original brake wire in that, by the looks of it. Brake blocks are good. Right, this Stars and Stripes, that's not, well it is, but it's been repainted. This colour here, that would have been the original colour. It's had a repaint. There are patches of the original colour there, poking through. The Stars and Stripes is more like an orange, a deep orange. This is like a red sort of colour. The stickers come off there. The Heron badge is good. Front forks, nice and straight. Right, we're going to get those bars out. Headset out. Forks out. Back wheel off. And go from there. Back wheel will be getting sold. Pedals, nice and clean. Long reflector, they're getting sold. Chain, ring. Right, let's do it. So headset out, bars out. Undo this top nut here, not fully, just enough so it's loose. But your main thing is to undo this top nut here with a 30 by 32 top nut spanner. Hold the bars with your left hand and undo, and it turns anti-clockwise, I think. Yeah, so it turns that way, all right? And hopefully they should then just drop out, fingers crossed. Right, seat post is stuck. That's stuck. I'm gonna try and get some mold grips on that. Under the seat is damaged, you can see that's turning. Someone's tried to get that seat out and basically buggered up that housing underneath the seat that attaches the seat to the post. That has been attempted. This bike isn't quite what it seems to be. The forks had all new bearings in, but no grease, nothing. The same with the top. Those forks ain't moving. Well, they've moved down, but it's that last bit there. The frame's been attempted to be painted. Yeah. Thankfully, I didn't pay a huge amount of money for it. It came with some spares. It came with some little BMX 16-inch mag wheels. But a good chunk of the money back is this lovely back wheel. And it's a clean up, but it's a 980 on July. 980. Needs a clean. It needs a tyre, but I'll probably keep that tyre on because it'll do someone a turn. And that is an 80 quid. 70 quid tyre. Get some money back already. Mudguard, 20 quid. £90. Keeping the front wheel, time being, but 90 quid. The bars, you know, were £40. Forks, 30 quid. I then got money back and a little drink. My profit in this bike, the profit, isn't a huge amount, but it's a little bits once they're off. So nice set of brake calipers there. So nice set of brake calipers, 15 quid, pedals, £15, 30, frame, 20. That's frame, not including the forks, 20 quid. That's £50. There's a profit in this, 70 quid before tax. So £50 profit in that. But I've got a free front wheel, which I'm keeping for something else. That needs soaking, a bit more WD. Obviously get the cotter pins out. Cotter pins, they are always a sod. All depends on how long ago that was fitted. Obviously the cotter pin down here as well. Yeah, then remove a crank. Like the crank and bottom bracket, you know, bottom bracket, crank, the tenner. Not much, but it all adds up, doesn't it? Seat clamps, pretty good. If I can get the seat post out. Yeah, well, I'll see if I can put a set of mole grips in there and then do that. Then pop it out that way. You've got a nice, decent seat clamp there. That's the seat nut there. Seat clamp bolt. So yeah, but that's a tenner. All these little bits add up. Yeah, so not a long video today. A video went out last night, really late in the evening. Not my normal time to put a video out, about 9:30. So that won't be a huge success, but Stars and Stripes grifter, it is what it is. It's going to take a lot more messing about with GT85 lubricant spray and a lot of messing about. But once they're fully stripped, eventually, those forks are 30 quid. Those bars are 40 quid. That's a £70 lot sitting there that I can't get out. It's like a kid in a sweet shop seeing a packet of Chewits, but he can't quite reach over to grab them. Picking up some new bits later on today. Picking up a few little bits later on today. So video of them will be out on Tuesday, hopefully. I've got a mini burner that I picked up. That's in a box. That's going to be a bit of a parts bike and like a donor bike to something else. A little mini. It's got some cool stuff in there. The blue and yellow dotty grips. Cheng Shing, Shine Shing, however you want to pronounce it, tyres, and a nice air roll seat on that. Nice cool little bits to upgrade your mini burner, or most of the parts on that, the crank, bottom bracket, grips will go on a full-size burner. So yeah, good little profit in that once I begin to rip it apart. Have a lovely weekend, and I'll catch you on the next video on Tuesday. Remember to, if possible, I'm not begging you, but subscribe to the channel to see uploads, leave a comment, hit a like button, and thank you for your time, and I'll see you later on. Nice weekend. Thank you.